Hello there and welcome. It's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. I have not put my stamps away from yesterday's video. I mean, when I put them away, I've cleaned them, but I've not put them back on my shelf. So I thought, you know what, rather than me having to think of something brand new to do, I'm going to stick with these stamp sets and see if we can create something a little bit different this time. But I'm only going to be using the Regals. The Regals. So Stampin' Up have collections of colours, and we have 4 collections. We have the Brights, Subtles, Regals and Neutrals, and this is the Regals collection. Okay, so this is going to be another challenge up on Artful Stampin Space, so if you want to join in on this, that's absolutely fine. Please go ahead and have a go doing this. If you don't have Stampin' Up, all these Stampin' Up colours, or if you don't have them at all, you know, you might have other companies, that's fine. I will put an accompanying picture of all these colours and just use whatever is as close as you can get to yours. So I thought that would just be fun to have a go at doing. Right, so I'm deliberately mounting up some stamps that I didn't use yesterday, because I want to sort of change up the look of this. I didn't use this leaf at all yesterday, did I? So let's go ahead and mount that up. Maybe put that leaf and that leaf there like that. I wonder if I could use this circle to colour in something. Don't know, not sure. Could possibly use the sunflowers again. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'll get that back out again. Pop those on there. And then from the painted poppies, yesterday I didn't use the splatters so much, did I? So let's mount that up to make sure I definitely use that. And maybe I don't know, could maybe use some of these. We'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Right, so in this collection we do have about 3 different greens, which is quite nice. Quite nice to be able to choose between 3 different greens. And we also have this gorgeous large rose design here as well. So I'll see how this works out. Now, because my brain's a little bit tired, I think I'm going to go for a similar layout to what we used yesterday, which is the kind of diagonal lines. And I've said this before, that sometimes, you know, when you want to create something, but your brain is kind of not quite, you know, it's not morning time, you've not just had your coffee, your brain's a little bit slow. Go for a design that you've used before, you know. You don't have to always, you know, be thinking of something brand new, or, you know, maybe just mix it up with the stamps you're using or the colours and so on. And then, you know, see what happens. Right, so let me just get my YouTube channel up on my other device so I can say hello to you all. I did see a few of you come in. Hi, Anne-Marie, Sheila, Sandra, Kay, Denise. Who else is on here? Steph, Martina, Vanessa, Susan, Janice, Kay, Brenda, Carol. There we go. Sorry, my phone is kind of like zooming in and out at the moment because it's got nothing to kind of latch onto. So it's going, ah! Right. So let's use this hydrangea looking stamp as a bit of a background. Again, if you've watched my channel before, you will have seen me do this. If you're brand new to my live, please do say hello, because it's really nice to be able to give people a bit of a shout out and find out where they're from. And there are some lovely, lovely people who watch me and, you know, really grown to care for each other, you know. So do give a shout out and say hello. So I'm just doing a little bit of a randomish kind of diagonal shape there. I'm going to flip my phone up so I can read some of your comments because I've missed some comments there. There we go. Hi Jill. Just seen Jill come in, and Barbie. Christine, hello. Carol. Brenda. Yay. Okay, great. Right, so I've got some crushed curry down. Let's pop that away for a second. And then I think I need to go immediately in with some pumpkin pie. So the aim is to try and use every single colour of the Regals. Yeah, let's see if that is possible. Let's get some of these gorgeous sunflowers in here. So I make no apologies. If you watched last night's video, then you'll be going, hold on a second, didn't we see this last night? Yes, you'll be correct. This is a very similar design to last night's, but I'm hoping to mix it up with the addition of those gorgeous roses, and, you know, we'll see what happens. So I'm trying to be a good girl, remembering to wipe off my stamps after I've used them. So... similar but different. Hi Gina. Hi there. Normally I catch your replays. Managed to catch me live. Ah, welcome. Great to have your company. Thank you so much for joining. And please let me know if you're a stamper or if you're a crafter or you know, what else do you do? Right, I've got some Cajun craze here. So this is Cajun craze and pumpkin pie we're going for with these lovely sunflowers. Almost quite autumnal looking. I tend to find the Regals are that way. They lend themselves to those very rich colours that you tend to get at autumn time. Okay, so that's the additional stamp. So we call this two-step stamping in our crafty world, our paper crafting world. The design is done especially so you can get this lovely layered effect. So you stamp this one first and stamp that one over the top and then put the two together and you get that beautiful design. So I'm going to need the middle of... but you know what? I've just spotted. I wonder what that in the middle would look like. I know it's not a very common thing, but... shall we just try it and see what happens? You never know until you try, do you? So I'm going to just do a little experiment. So this is crushed curry back again. And I'm going to do a crushed curry centre in all these. Sometimes I create fantasy flowers, and this might be one of those. You know, let's make up a flower. It doesn't have to be realistic. Hi Tino and Denise. Oh, Steph's rattling. Her chest is rattling and her pills are rattling. Right, I hope you haven't been out again, Steph. I know you've been a bit naughty this last few days, doing shopping for people. Not that that's naughty in itself. You know, I know you had to do it, but you need to take care now. Stay in the warm. Oh, I like these roses. It looks like they're almost like a little face in there. How cute is that? Let's get you closer so you can see those. What do you think? It's just something a bit fun, isn't it? We need a bit of fun at the moment. Esther needs to go. I'm a lazy stamper, says Gina. Oh, I like that. I'm a lazy stamper too. Right, so we've done the yellow, orange and brown, the Cajun craze. I'm just going to pop those to the side. Now I wanted to try and get these roses in here somewhere. So if we could fit one there and one there, that might be quite nice. Now do we go for the purples or do we want to go reds? I'll let you choose. So if you want red, say R, and if you want purple, put P. R or P, R, P, R, P, R, P. purple, red. So hold on. So purple, red, purple, 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 purple. Hello. Hi, Vicky. Purple, purple. Right, everyone's saying purple. Okay. Well, not everyone, apart from the person who said red. They've been outvoted. So I'm going for rich raspberry. And I'm being careful how I ink it up. And I don't want this dark colour to interfere too much with what's going on over there. So I'm going to try and keep it away a little bit from the previously stamped sunflowers. You can tell my brain's a bit slow. I can't even come out with the right words now. I know, Steph. I know. That's why I was kind of teasing you, really. But now your folks are all sorted. Because at the end of the day, if you're not well and not around, then, you know. So I was tidying up and a little confused. This set should have 9 stamps, but I have 10. Then I remembered I did stamp surgery. Haha, Janice, that's funny. That does happen sometimes. We do a little bit of stamp surgery, don't we? Right, so that's rich raspberry out the way. Done that one. Right, what else have we got in these stamp sets to use? Should we start using a bit of this lovely greeny colours? So let's go for a bit of garden green. And actually, I'm not going to do the 2-step stamping. I find it's going to be too complicated for this time of night, so I'm going to skip that. But I am going to use both of the leaves, but just layer them in a certain way. So we're going to stamp, stamp off, and stamp again. Going on down here, stamp, stamp, stamp. Stamp, stamp, stamp. I know we've got 2 Ginas on tonight. Got Gina, and a Tina. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay, I'm just going to stamp that one off and then just do another one up here. Okay, right. Oh, you're a Georgina. Hi, Zoe. How you doing? I'm in craft withdrawal, switching my craft room with my son's room. Now everything is everywhere. Oh, no, Barbie. When did that process start? Martina was here. She said hello earlier, Janice. I had some lovely happy mail today from somebody, and they sent me the dies for lovely lily pad, you know, the celebration dies. I've not had a chance to play with them yet because it's been a bit of a hectic day. And what else did they send me? They sent me some sheets of the, oh, what's it called? Masking paper. So I've got that to play with, which I've never had before. So that's going to be fun to play with over the next few days. And they also sent me some acrylic blanks. I believe Ranger made them. They're from the Ranger range. So it was in response to a few weeks ago I was trying to sort of fiddle around with making jewellery from stamping. and so it was a kind of response to that. She had these that she didn't want to use, so I've got a whole bag full of different acrylic blanks to maybe do some stamping and then stick them behind to make jewellery. So yeah, watch this space. I think that's what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks, because just to update you on the situation in the UK, in Scotland and Wales, I live in Wales, the schools are going to be closing from Friday. So some schools are going to be home tomorrow. So some of my children will be home tomorrow, but the older ones are going into school. But my daughter's still going to be at school this week. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to some interesting weeks ahead, really. Right, now the set I haven't really used much of yet. Oh, just dropped a stamp set. Is this one. No, I'm not. Oh, running out of space, really. I might come back to that. I'm wondering if we can fit some of these in somewhere. I'm just going to pick up the stamp set that fell down. Right, there we go. Sorry, thank you for bearing with me. That is so confusing, Gina. I'm just Gina Nathan, but I have a sister-in-law called Georgina. Wowee. Right, so let's have a look in here. I love this design. Actually, I wonder if we use this one and then use the splatter to colour it in. Oh, yes, let's do that. So we'll go for a bit of the old cherry cobbler here and do this. Now, some of you have seen I really quite like mixing line designs with full design. Oh, look at that. That needs re-inking. Dearie me, Ruth. Oh no. Oh no. Let's get the re-inkers out. Sorry about this, but it has to be done. It just so happens I have 2 cherry cobbler re-inkers in my collection. So, well, tonight, Martina, I've just restricted myself to what I used yesterday. So the 4 stamp sets I picked off my shelf yesterday, I've just basically reused those because my brain couldn't cope with choosing another set. So I've just used those. And it's working quite well because, of course, within stamp sets, I didn't use all of the stamps yesterday, did I? So I've just swapped a few out and gone for a, slightly different thing. Oh, that's tricky, Zoe, isn't it? All right, let's do this again. Might have one coming down that way. A little one off the page slightly here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to try and line it up again with this one, see if I can do it. So I've turned it around so I can see it. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. I'll go over it with that splatter stamp so it doesn't really matter. Running out of places to use it, really. Maybe there. There we go. I'd like to try and get one in here, but I don't think I can fit it in anywhere. Nope, never mind. Hi, Tishan. Yeah, these are gorgeous, aren't they? They're from the Regals collection that Stampin' Up! Do. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want the... Oh, do you, Vanessa? Yes, do stamp over the other stamps because that is what helps to make it look a fuller design. So, okay, so I'm stamping with this splatter and I'm stamping, twisting and stamping again to get a lighter effect. Let me bring this right in and then you'll be able to see it. So stamp, twist, stamp again. Okay, so you can see you've got this lighter variation going on. Right, is that all of them? I think it is. I still want to stamp one up in that corner. I don't know, if I just put a little bit of a splatter there, that will make me feel a bit better. Right. So the colour that I haven't used, or two colours I've not used yet, are Old Olive and Blackberry Bliss. So I wonder if it's worth doing the centres for here. Is it worth trying to do those in Blackberry Bliss? Or let's do something brave and do them in the Old Olive. What do you think of that? Have like a lovely green centre. Ooh, I think I'm going to do that, you know. Now, I'm not liking that this has got loads of spaces in between it now. Ooh. Throwing stamps across the room. Oh, Vanessa's just finished last night's challenge. Excellent. So if you didn't see what I did last night, I used all of the colours in the Brights collection and I challenged people to have a go doing that. If you want to join in on my challenges, please join Artful Stampin Space, and that's where you can share pictures of your creations, and it's really nice to see what you guys come up with. Now I'm wondering whether to stamp a bit of yellow underneath there. Right, someone said Blackberry Bliss. Were you talking about this sprig stamp? I think those mini empty spaces are no failing. Okay, thank you. Right, I'm just going to fill in a few of these little gaps with this leaf. And also remember, this leaf is great for creating contrast, like up here. There. Create a bit of a different texture there. Yeah, on reflection, I think I overdid it with some of this green, and that's left me without space for some other things. I was a bit too exuberant with the green, I think. But never mind. Never mind. Just keep stamping, just keep stamping. Right. Blackberry Bliss. Now this might need a bit of a re-ink. Just found a little hair. Don't need that. Let's have a check. So this is the way I check my ink pads. You see? You see how that's not very, what's the word? Not very saturated. Yeah, they always do cut up okay, don't they, Vanessa? Yeah. See, Vanessa's been doing this process for a little while now, as in she sees what I do and then goes and has a go at it, and has realised that even when you think it doesn't work as a one sheet, once you cut it up, it looks fabulous. So please keep going and trust the process. Okay, so the Blackberry Bliss for some reason is slightly gloopier than some of the other inks. I guess it's just to do with how the pigment is formulated and how it all works. Right. That's why the sprig, it can poke out of the flower column and does not have to be between. Hi Kathleen. It depends what I'm making. I do have a video showing how to cut up one sheet wonders in lots of different ways. With a big one like this, I would tend to cut this piece up into 4 to really show off the design. Or you could cut it up into less than that, maybe 6 or 8 pieces, if you didn't want so much white space. So, okay, I'm just trying to think here where I'm going with this. Okay, I don't want it to interfere too much with this purple, so I'm kind of keeping it away from that purple. It just helps to soften. I love this design of this sprig. It just is so lovely and soft. Oh, I should have stamped it the other way around, but never mind. Yeah, that's true actually, Vanessa, when it comes to the, yeah, a bit like quilting. Yeah, if you just, I have got a playlist, how to cut something like cards to make from one sheet wonders. So I've got various playlists. So if you look on my channel and look up the playlist section, you'll find the different playlists that I've done. And there is one for how to cut up one sheet wonders like this. Oh, I really quite like this. It's very dramatic, very, very dramatic, but it looks really yum and very opulent and harvest-like, I guess. I'll do one there. And even if you kind of go, oh, maybe that was a bit too much or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, as I said, once you've cut it up, it's fine. Right, there we go. Oh, now don't forget there are some really cute little dots in Painted Harvest. Now, where have I put that stamp set? Oh, no, not there. Oh, did I drop that one? Maybe that was another one I dropped on the floor. Oh, I did, yeah. Right, so there are these really tiny dots here. So if you feel like you do need a little bit of softening around the edges, using a dotty stamp helps to do that. So if like, I'm thinking let's lighten it all up a little bit. So let's go with the crushed curry. Let's get you in so that you can see this process. So you can just add a few little dots like that. And I'm looking at the time, and yes, it's taken me 30 minutes to stamp this, but you could cut this up into maybe 8 pieces. So it's kind of worth the time to put into making a really detailed one like this, because you can just use little portions of it. You don't have to use the whole lot. I mean, of course, you can use the whole lot, you know, if you want to make a lovely bag or something. But I would only send it to someone who really appreciates it. There's nothing worse than giving somebody a gift and then, especially when you've hand stamped, you know, for ages and ages, and then they've gone, oh, that's nice. And then you have to go, I stamped that. I stamped that myself. I'll have you know. Yeah, or bookmarks. Yeah, Sheila, you could get 6 bookmarks from a sheet like this. So this is the UK sizing, UK and Australian sizing A4. You guys in the States, you might, you know, you'd use your standard cardstock size, but yours is slightly different, very slightly different. Ah, there you are, says Wendy. Hello, Wendy, where have you been? Now, what was I going to add to this? Just because I love them so much. Do you think I should add this, or should I just do a quick another one? I think I might leave it there, you know. I did say to my husband earlier, I'm just going to do half an hour, but now I've just got into this, I'm like, I just want to do another one. So, yeah, it's pretty, very pretty. Right, let's do another one, shall we? I want to not have these big ones. I want to maybe have the roses and do something different. Okay, so let's. And have I got another piece of cardstock here? I did. I think I've got. Oh look, one more. There we go. It was meant to be. Let me have a sip of my drink. They can go near the. Tom knows, you know. I know he's probably watching. We've been experimenting with how to be in touch with people when you can't be in the same room. So usually on a Wednesday evening we have our midweek Bible study and prayer meeting. So what we did it sort of over WhatsApp, and Tom sort of did little prayer points and Bible readings, and he pre-recorded something that he then shared for everyone to listen to. But then I was trying to just experiment with using Zoom conference calling to see how that would work. So yes, it's all very interesting. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is actually start with this design because I really quite like it. Actually, no, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to start with that design. I'm going to do my background, lay my background down first, and I will do the yellow again because it's kind of the lightest colour in the Regals collection. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, I've got a stamp on top of a stamp then. Yeah, we're getting very creative, and then we were sort of playing with Skype as well to see if that's, you know. Well, funny you say that, Wendy. My sister-in-law is quarantined because she's had a temperature since the end of last week. We don't know if it's coronavirus. We just know that it she's got high temperature and she just has to self-isolate. So her husband's at home and he's working from home because they closed his office down and said work from home. Her son's home, but he's had a tummy bug. So she said at tea time, they all eat their food in separate rooms, but they all connect so that they can chat to each other while they're eating. They're all in the same house, but they're all sort of like quarantined away from each other. So, but yeah, so yeah, it's really funny, isn't it, Wendy, to think that, yeah, you are literally around the corner, but you're having to FaceTime. Okay, so that's the yellow down. You should get him to come and sing you a song outside your window. I was thinking that earlier. I'd get my kids and my husband. Maybe we'll just walk around the streets playing, get him to play his guitar and, you know, do something fun like that. Okay, so this is the Blackberry Bliss. I've decided to use this for this flower. Let's have a nice play with it. Oh, now I wonder what that would look like paired with a poppy. Is it too similar? I think it might be too similar. We won't go there. But we will do that. Sometimes I do go from the lightest to the darkest. Who asked me that? Kathleen. Take care, Donnie. Lovely to see you. Really lovely. Take care. So, oh. Sorry you won't be watching the lives. Hope you're okay. What was I saying? Light to dark. Yeah, that's social contact, Vanessa. Yeah, that's like people outside of your home. Yeah, sorry, light to dark. I suppose I put the light out first because I just wanted something to aim for. I mean, I suppose I could have laid the flowers down, but it's just in my head. It was nice to have something to aim for. Right. But it is sort of recommended that you go light to dark, because if you lay down something dark and then you stamp over it with the light, sometimes it reactivates the darker colour. So, like if I was to stamp now with the yellow on top of there, sometimes the purple would come back off onto here, and then when I re-stamped, if I did it like a second generation, it might redo the purple. So, yeah. You do have to bear that in mind sometimes. Right, I was thinking of going a bit daring and going for Cajun craze in the middle of this. Just do something a bit different. And I quite like the way the splatter worked last time, so I'm wondering whether to do that again. Oh, Wendy's on Easter cards. Excellent. Yeah, now that is with Stampin' Up inks, that tends to happen. And other inks. But apparently there are some new inks that doesn't happen with, but I've not tested them out to know if that's actually a thing. Oh, I'm doing 3 generation stamping now. Look, because it can take it. Look, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Splatter works, doesn't it? Yes, Martina, that's true, because the paint, it works differently, doesn't it? At the end of the day, these are water-based inks, so yeah, generally light first, then dark, but for my brain it depends. Okay, I did want this lovely rose in here somewhere, so let's go quite traditional. Should we go for a lovely red rose? I think I'll go for the real red. So hold on, let me remember what I've used already, because I don't want to go back. So Cajun Craze, Blackberry Bliss and Crushed Curry. So I'm piling up the ones that I've used already. Now it might be that this needs re-inking. Oh no, not too bad. Okay. What do you think so far? Right, so I've got the rose on. Oh, now I haven't used, and I didn't use this yesterday, didn't use this stamp here, this one. So I've still got, so I've used real red. I've still got the cherry cobbler to use. Oh, and the pumpkin pie. Ah, maybe a pumpkin pie. That would look good. Let me just check my phone is charging okay. I've got it plugged in, you see, and every so often the cable comes out and I'm thinking, oh no, don't come out. They are cute, aren't they, Sheila? So I'm looking for like a V space to get the stems in. Hi, Jane. Bolognese with prawns. Oh, I can give you a recipe for a quick prawn curry. Have you got any prawn, not prawn, curry paste? Sheila made all her paper pumpkin. Wow, you were busy, Sheila. Right, so that's pumpkin pie done with. Yay. Right, now to add some greenery. Oh, I'm thinking, what about we lay down some of this leaf in the slightly, well, I was going to say it's a slightly lighter shade of old olive, but it's not really that light. start adding some foliage to here. So I'm tucking it right in. So it looks like the leaves are coming from underneath a flower, which is sort of how it would be if you were arranging these. Remember your corner little designs, you know, don't miss those out. Right. I don't mind there are some little spaces because we can go back in there with other things. And as I said, I'd really like to go in with this leaf here at some point. So what about we actually use that gorgeous stamp in the green and make it look more like foliage. So I've got garden green here, and then I've got shaded spruce to use, and then rich raspberry, and then that'll be it. So let's tuck some of these gorgeous things in. So there. Right, okay, I think that's it for that one. Right, so I've got shaded spruce, and I think we'll just use this beautiful little leaf, but we need something little, something. Now I haven't really used the Painted Harvest set so much, have I? Maybe I'll use the dots from that in a second. And let's just have another look at Painted Poppies. Anyway, let's do this and see what happens. Stencil. Oh, I don't know if I was going to stencil. I think I was just going to... I tell you what I could use though, is that little dotty stamp. I can do that in between things, can't I? You've just set a rabbit loose in the flowers. So are you talking about stamping or are you talking about in real life, Janice? Oh, you want to set a rabbit loose in here? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to wait for you to reply. Thank you, Tina. Oh, have I frozen? What's going on? My screen's frozen. Hold on. There we go, that's better. Ah. Oh, you're stamping with Timeless Tulips and Nature's Beauty. Ooh, oh, I've got Timeless Tulips coming to me. Yeah, I had a notification that my parcel's been sent, so I'm looking forward to that. Right, so I've got Rich Razzleberry to use. So I'm thinking a little bit of dotting. And I don't know, I might even use some of that. But we'll see. Right, so what about a few little dots here and there? Right now, I wouldn't mind a leg of lamb. Ooh, that'd be nice. Do you have one? There we go. These dots help, don't they? There we go. That I'll just have to do instead of a stencil. Right. Then I was going to use the same colour just to fill in some other little areas. This one here. See, there are some white bits there that I'm not so keen on. And also sometimes, you know, where you've got stalks starting and it looks a bit obvious that they're starting in midair. A little stamp like this kind of helps to cover up that they've kind of like started in midair. And it helps to bring definition to the edges of the flowers. No, the tiny little dots are from Painted Harvest. Right. There we go. Just going to clean off my my stamp before it makes it go very pink. Now I have just thought, if you want to put some geometric inspiration into it, there are these lovely hangy bits which I love. So just for a little bit of fun, you can have these hanging off. And they just look like jewels hanging off. And don't forget to do long and short ones, because otherwise they look a bit too samey. Aren't they sweet? It's very relaxing. You like this better than the first one? Ah, yeah, I guess I thought it out a little bit more, so it really showed off these flowers, whereas with the other one, they've kind of got lost. I'll bring it back so you can see the difference. Right, I think I've done it. Oh, hold on. Cherry cobbler. Oops. Oh dear. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oopsie doops. What if we use an interesting, we can have a red leaf. More roses. The triangle stamp, yeah, the little splatter. I was thinking the little splatter, but we could probably fit in a few more leaf designs. Just over the top. And again, this just goes to show that you can stamp on top of other stamps. Okay, it's all about the layering here. And it doesn't matter, because this is a line drawing stamp, so it doesn't matter if you've got colour underneath it. Actually, it's fine. Sheila goes, stencil. Use a stencil. I'm not going to do that today. I'll have to promise Sheila, won't I? Next time I'll do my stenciling. Right, so I've got one there, a bit up there. It's getting a bit full, but looks okay. Okay. What about just a couple tucked in here? Yep, that looks great. Right, I'm done. I have done in the past, Martina, yeah, where I've cut my own kind of stencils. Yeah, I haven't done it for a while. Okay, so I'll bring the other one back. Which stamp set is that from? Which one are you asking? Sorry, the leaf or the... I know what, I'll go over the stamp sets in a second. Right, so this was the first one. Right, so on both occasions I've used the Regals. But changed up the different stamp sets, and I think, yeah, the going for the bigger rose didn't kind of work because, and I think I know why, I've got, you know, that shape, that size flower, that size flower, and that size flower. We've got 3 flowers that are pretty much the same kind of size, and it doesn't work. You need to have like a large, medium, small, really. So that's why I think that combination didn't work so well. And then I kind of overdid it a little bit with the green, all these greeny bits. But, you know, it's still lovely, and I'll use it. I'll chop it up and use it. But it just goes to show that once you've had one go, you can kind of see it a bit better and, you know, make improvements. So this was the second one. And so this time, because I wanted to make sure that there was room for all these flowers, I stamped those first and then fitted everything else in between. So isn't that pretty? Oh, that is, I'm really happy with this one. Really super yummy. So if you didn't see last night's, that was last night's. And using the same 4 stamp sets. Same 4 stamp sets. And but just different colours and different configuration. You know, yeah, and look, that one's got the bits stamped in the centres of them. Right, let me go over the stamp sets with you then and talk through what I used. I'll just close these up. Okay, so from the painted poppies, I didn't use so much of this time, but I did use that leaf. I could have used, oh, excuse me. I guess I could have used that splatter, but I didn't. I used that splatter though to colour in that flower. Okay. Then with this stamp set, I used the rose for there. And remember, I did the rose in the centre, which was quite a nice little discovery, that you can stamp a rose in the centre of the sunflower. And I used quite a few bit elements from here actually. I used that and the rosebuds and this. This is just such a fabulous little stamp, this one here. And the leaves, obviously. Then from here we used the dots, the tiny dots, which are very easy to miss, because look, compared to that whole stamp set, the dots are tiny, but they just help to create that little bit of froth. On this one I used those fern leaves quite a bit, and then didn't sew much on this one. And then Beautiful Promenade, I used the flower, didn't use this to colour it in, which you can do, but I didn't. Use the splatters to colour it in, use the leaf, and then this little droplet here, which is really sweet. And then that brings us back to it. So that's the 4 stamp sets: Painted Poppies, Beautiful Friendship, Painted Harvest, and Beautiful Promenade, and all the Regals. So if you don't have them all, don't worry. Just see what you've got. So we've got Cherry Cobbler and Real Red. So Cherry Cobbler is a deeper red than Real Red. Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss. I'll put those two together. So Blackberry Bliss is supposed to be darker than Rich Razzleberry, but I think it sometimes comes down to whether or not you've re-inked your pads or not. Shaded Spruce, Garland Green, Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie, Crushed Curry, and Cajun Craze. Alright, so there we have it. Tonight's One Sheet Wonder. Amazing how different they are because of the colours. Yeah. Oh, the Brights one. Yeah, this just, I look at this and I just feel summery and happy. This one makes me feel so happy. And then, Ruth, can you do an abstract one sheet wonder? Ooh, okay. What, more abstract than I did on Monday? I thought that was quite abstract. See, I've got all this stuff all piled up next to me. A bit more abstract than that, Vanessa. So let's see which one's your favourite. That's one. And that's number 2. No animals or flowers. Oh, okay, Vanessa. Right, you set a challenge then. No animals or flowers. So I can use splatters, can I? Splatters and textures. And dangly bits. Okay, thanks, Vanessa. She's a hard taskmaster, isn't she, that Vanessa? Shapes, yes, all shapes. Okay, yeah, I've got swirly frames. That's quite a good one for shapes, because you've got all the circles and rectangles and things in that one. So I'm just cleaning my re-inker up because I don't want it to spill. Both, says Sheila. Sue both. Ruth with no flowers. Lol. Yeah, they're just quite different, aren't they? But just, yeah. Right, I think I've cleaned all these stamps. I'm cleaning as I'm listening or reading what your comments are. Sheila says, stencils. Use the stencils. Okay, Sheila. Next time I'll use stencils and I will use abstract. Yeah, see, number 2, isn't it? Number 2 is your favourite. I think it's because I just thought it out a little bit more. Bokeh dots. Oh, yes, and I could use the dots from, well, I say dot. The centre of the sunflower is quite round, isn't it? Lily pad, lake stripes and a circle. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I haven't got lily pad. Oh, hold on. Do you mean the celebration? Yes, I have that somewhere. Where do I have that? I also got the dies now to play with. Right, I need to have a tidy up. I just got the note. What? That's so weird. I'm getting comments from like ages ago. Can you guys see that? I've just, the comments that some of you put on at 000 have just, that's weird. Anyway. Twilight Zone. Lovely to see you guys. And I will be posting a picture of these onto Artful Stampin Space. So if you're not over there, please go over to Facebook and join all the fun. And post pictures of anything you've made using the Regals. And do sign up to my, it's not really my, you guys are going to be doing the work. To a card. I don't really call it a swap because you're not swapping within your group. You're basically going to be sending it to the person probably in the list that's underneath you. So I think I'll call it a card send. I think that's what it's called, a card send. So yeah, so you can only sign up if in the region that you are. So I've got USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, EU and UK. So there's 6 regions. And then I've got a 7th category, which is international. So if you're happy to post internationally, then you can sign up in that one as well. But please don't sign up, if you live in Australia, please don't sign up in the UK section, because you might be happy to send your card from Australia to the UK, but it means then that the person in the UK one will have to send you a card in Australia. And the whole point of having the separate regions is so that we keep postage costs down. So, and it's a choice. There's a choice there for you. So if you want to join in on that swap, so today is, I keep forgetting days. I forgot what day it was. So actually, we're on the 19th. We're on the 19th. It's past midnight here, just past midnight. So we're on the 19th of March. So if you're watching this in the future, please do still check on Artful Stampin Space, because if it works, we'll be doing it again. So don't feel that you might have missed out. Do join in the fun. Go and have a look at my Facebook group. It's a lovely place for you to share different things. So there we go. Right, do I use embossing folders? I do, Gail. Yes, I do. Yeah, I reused one recently. If you want to check back on some cards I did last week, I made this card here using the wood embossing folder. Yep, so do check that out. I think the reason I don't tend to do it so often is because it's just easier in terms of like filming and going live for me just to get on and stamp, and you know, I can watch what you're saying and read and stuff. So, but no, do remind me to use other products. I'm quite happy to use other products. But yeah. Right, take care for now, and hopefully see you again tomorrow. All right, lots of love. Bye.